Are women the problem with our society? Well, to answer that question, I've enlisted the help of a very special friend, Archbishop Fulton Sheen. Take a listen.
To a great extent, the level of any civilization is the level of its woman. Because when a man loves a woman, he has to be worthy of her. The higher she is in virtue, in nobility of character, truth and justice and goodness, the more a man has to aspire to be worthy of her. The history of civilizations could actually be written in terms of the level of woman.
Well, ladies. Archbishop Sheen sure has placed quite a bit of responsibility on your shoulders. But this video is not meant for you. This is supposed to be a chat between me and the boys. So, gentlemen, let me ask you this. Do you ever feel like you're stuck being alone? Do you ever feel like the idea of finding your perfect trad wife just seems impossible? Are the women you meet in your everyday life promiscuous, immodest, and overbearingly feminist? Maybe you find a godly woman, but she's either been tainted by feminism or her trust has been broken by degenerate men, and you just can't find a way to fix it. Archbishop Sheen's quote is important. If the level of society, if the level of men is determined by the level of women that we are pursuing, is part of this catastrophe women's fault? Well, yes and no. Yes, it is true that the feminist movement has destroyed the caliber of women in our society. The anti-slut shaming, the proud culture, the Me Too movement, abortion and the pill, the sexual revolution of the 1970s, and the demotion of motherhood to an afterthought of a career. Women have been doing a pretty bad job. But a huge part of this can also be blamed on weak, feminine men. It really is a situation where both sides are doing absolutely terrible. One side needs to make the first move, and as men, that duty is always going to fall onto us. We have to focus on the present and fix this generation of men, so that hopefully our daughters bring out the best in the next generation of men. As Archbishop Sheen says, this cycle of women inspiring better men, and vice versa, has gone on for generations. We need to restart that cycle. So what is the problem with this generation of men? Right now you see a phenomenon occurring. Of course, society as a whole is promoting promiscuous lifestyles devoted to vice and lust. But then you have the guys who aren't doing that. And what does society see from these males? Incels and gymcells. Both of them hate women because they feel like they have been wronged. That entitlement is a feminine concept, not one of masculine men. These are the people currently stealing the spotlight of the abstinence movement in America. We cannot let this stand. To be an incel, which stands for involuntarily celibate, means that if it were up to you, you probably would not be a celibate. There is a huge difference between those withdrawing from all interactions with the opposite sex and those who are saving themselves for marriage. An astronomical difference. We need to highlight this in America. We need to be striving to be better, godly, masculine men. I know the pain of waiting to find the right one. I'm sure many of you guys do too. But it's something we have to do. Even if it means turning down attractive women who would otherwise sleep with you, even if it means disappointment when finding a more traditional woman who just can't commit, whose trust has been tainted by one of these guys. We need to trust in God's plan. Commit to the discipline of waiting. We cannot give in to modern hookup culture, but neither can we grow bitter against women. We don't hate women. We just want women to act like women again. We want women to act feminine and embrace their womanhood again. What is our role as men? To protect and provide for our families, to love our wives and create children with them. How can you ever hope to do that if you partake in this new internet culture of completely withdrawing from all interactions with women? If you are unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, you might think that sounds absurd. And you'd be right, it is absurd, but it's happening even on the right. Men have grown so sick of modern women that they're withdrawing all interest in them and placing their interest into something else, whether that be video games, the gym, politics, or something worse. If, as Archbishop Sheen says, the level of society can be defined by the level of women which men are pursuing, then withdrawing from that pursuit is not the answer, just as leaving that pursuit in search of random hookups is not the answer. Withdrawing from that pursuit will only accelerate the problem. The answer is to build discipline in yourself, be patient, and trust in God. What path do you think God wants you to take? You need to trust that He has someone for you if that is your vocation. But you will never find them playing Minecraft all day, and you likely won't find them at the gym while you're deadlifting with your headphones blasting. Trust me, I get it. The utter state of the modern feminist woman is a mess. Many of us don't like our culture, but we don't want to go out and fix it one conversation at a time, because that takes discipline. When all you want to do is settle down and raise children, plant your own family tree on a farm somewhere, you don't want to take the time to find the right spot. But we should treat this like a penance, a time of building ourselves up, becoming more disciplined, becoming more patient. Offer up that discomfort, that loneliness to God. And in His perfect timing, you're going to find someone if that's what God's plan is for you. And more likely than not, it is. Masculine men create feminine women, and feminine women create masculine men. So let's set that cycle back in motion. Become the man that inspires a woman to quit feminism. Stop blaming the women for being terrible. That's something a feminine guy does. Let's be men and tackle the problem head on. God bless you, and God bless the godly men of America.